Hi guys, Zach here with the Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 2v2 match on the map Open Warfare. I'm starting in the bottom left position playing as the Soviets. So in this game my opponents are Voice Chat and Mobile, and on my team is a person called Stuart Rose. Now I have played Voice Chat and Mobile in the past. I know Voice Chat is really a very good player and Mobile is also a good player as well. And Stuart Rose I haven't played with at all. So this is going to be a very, very difficult game for us. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something a bit different, because I think if we just play our normal style, I think it's probably definitely going to lose. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Multi-MCV build. It's a very, very risky strategy because it does leave you weaker earlier on in the game, and it'll make me susceptible to early attacks. But if I do get it going, then it can be very, very strong. And I've made a little bit of a mistake here, because what's happened is I haven't built my silo before I've started that first war factory, so I'm going to have to do that as soon as I put this war factory down, and I'm just going to stop that ore truck going in before I build that silo. Now, if you're going to go for the multi-MCV build straight from the get-go, what you do is you build your first war factory and you build one ore truck. And that ore truck's the ore truck's got a similar building time to the service depot, and the service depot you need to build so you can build your MCVs. And we're just going to get that service depot out and get these MCVs building, and I'm going to sell it off because it's just a waste of power otherwise. And it just gives us some, I guess, some people to go scouting. And I'm going to start building that second war factory just so I can build those MCVs a little bit faster. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack up my tanks to start building after those MCVs. And you can see my teammate has moved to that little gap there. I think it's for more defensive purposes, although I don't always agree with moving your MCV at the start, because it does delay your build speed. Now, what I shouldn't have done is move these civilians up to the top, which were from my service depot, because if my opponents see them, they'll know I've built a service depot, because those are not normal units you can build, and that'll tell them I'm going for the multi-MCV and to attack early. Right, and now I'm going to start building my next war factory, and I'll just pause that MCV and start building it again. So one thing to do when you build extra MCVs is you pause your buildings and then restart building. And what that does is it gives them the speed building bonus, because every time you build an MCV, it gives you extra speed for when you're building your next building. But you're not going to get that bonus for the building you're currently building unless you pause it like this and then start it again. And then you get that faster building speed. Right, and which is what we're going to be doing at the moment, is we're going to just be placing ore refineries down, because we want to get that economy going, because we do have 3 war factories. And you can see we are going to get siloed a little bit at this point in the game, but it will give us benefits throughout later on in the game. Right, and we're just waiting for the ore to come in. I've got quite a few ore trucks now, so my economy is going to start getting going. And I'm going to build. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move one of these MCVs further north, just to give me that, just to push up into the other territory, because like this tactic does eat through the ore. So I'm going to want to expand to further ore patches, and I'm going to start bringing my tanks over. Now, this is risky at this time in the game, because my opponent should have more tanks at the moment, but we're going to take that risk, and what we can remember is we're going to be able to build Tesla coils really, really quickly. So I'm taking a bit of a gamble here, and we're going to build our radar dome so we can see what's going on in different parts of the map. And we can see that yellow mobile is in Cyan's base, and this isn't good. This isn't good at all, so I'll just get those tanks building. And yeah, unfortunately our teammate's done for, and he's out of the game. So that's a big blow for us, because it means we're only against 2 players. And what I saw there was a red MCV. So I think that red has been going for multiple or multiple construction yards as well. So that wasn't something I was counting for. However, I don't think they've invested as much as I have into it, because I do have a few more tanks, but not as many as I would expect them to have at this stage in the game. But it's not looking too good for us at the moment, because Mobile is to the right of my base. I can see him on my mini-map, and I'm going to have to start investing in that part of the map, unfortunately. And you can see that Yellow Mobile is bringing more tanks to my base, so I am going to have to bring my units back to defend against this push. My Tesla coil's just slowing them down a bit, and what I'm doing here is I'm just putting my Tesla coil at the front. I know they'll be destroyed, but I just want to slow my opponents down just to give me time to get my tanks back. And yeah, you can just see it's putting me in a difficult position at the moment, and now I'm going to place the Tesla coils further back. What also makes it difficult is that the opponent, Mobile, is using infantry. And when Tesla fire on infantry, it's not really very good. It's not, because they can do a lot of damage to tanks, but killing one infantry doesn't make that much difference, but it still takes up one of the zaps off the Tesla coil. And you can see my radar dome has been destroyed, and that'll be from my base at the top, and unfortunately this outer base is not going to survive. And what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just delaying it getting destroyed, just so I can get my tanks to that area. I'm not going to be able to keep any buildings there, I don't think, though, unfortunately, but I'm going to be able to get my tanks through that gap and group them up, hopefully, a little bit. Right, so now it's heavy tank against heavy tank. This is Boycha, and you can see his tank mass is beginning to build. And I'm just getting my radar dome up so I can see what the other opponents are doing. So we can see Yellow coming from the right of the map. He's got a few units down. We'll have to see if they keep coming. And it does look like he's bringing quite a bit down. And again, I'm going to have to go back to my base and defend against this, because he is bringing quite a few units there. I have got some Tesla a bit further back now, and he's gone for that ore refinery, but it doesn't matter too much because I've got a couple of ore refineries further back. Right, and you can see at this point in time it's not looking too good, but we can see that we're going to be able to deal with these medium tanks, and I'm just putting a Tesla on that small gap. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to destroy that bridge, just so they have one less entry point into my base, and I'm going to try and funnel them down that small gap, because my Tesla will be very effective in that situation. And you can see we've got those medium tanks on us at the moment. A lot of them with very, very low HP. But we're trying to destroy that bridge. And we're going to have to see if we're going to be able to do it before Red get across. Because it looks like the Red Army are coming. And they haven't gone across the bridge. I don't know if it's because I had tanks there. Are they going to go for the left? I think it was just getting some uncovering the map just to see if there was another way into my base. But they're going back to the right now. And we're going to go to that gap to defend. And that ore truck I'm going to need to get out of there, unless it's going to get... Otherwise, it's going to get destroyed. And we're going to try and put Tesla at the entrance to the gap and just see if we can hold. So the plan at the moment is to try and do a Tesla crawl to that ore patch in the middle of the map, because we are going to run out of ore eventually. And yeah, we're just running a little low on ore at the moment. And you can see this is the fight with Red, and Red's got quite a few infantry along there, along with his heavy tanks. And yeah, my tanks are just a little bit far forward. You can see the odd Tesla shot going off, destroying some of those heavy tanks, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. And those medium that Yellow is bringing in his medium tanks behind, and I think there's no way we can hold this. As you can see, my forces are getting wiped out. So yeah, unfortunately it hasn't worked out this time. Yeah, you can just see Yellow's just got too many forces behind that, and there's no way I'm going to be able to hold this. And I'm pretty much done for. So it was like, I know it was a risky tactic. I probably wouldn't do this in a normal game, but it was worth a shot, and it did all right for a limited time. But you can see their forces are just absolutely huge, and there's no way I'm going to be able to hold this. But yeah, that's a multi-MCV build. It's not usually used in team games, but quite often I do use it for free-for-alls. Right, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.